King Charles makes Buckingham Palace appearance as Camilla remains at home battling infection. King Charles made an appearance at Buckingham Palace as Camilla remained at home battling a chest infection. The King hosted an international sustainability conference today, welcoming government officials, business leaders and climate organisations to the palace. Among the UK government officials were Foreign Secretary David Lammy, Net Zero Secretary Ed Miliband, and Environment Secretary Steve Reed. The discussions aim to increase action on climate issues before the UN Climate Change Conference COP29, which will be held in Azerbaijan. The talks included financing the transition to renewable energy, accelerating investment in projects to improve climate resilience, and ending plastic pollution. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. The sessions aim to increase action and ambition across these issues before COP29 in Azerbaijan and the conclusion of negotiations on the Global Plastics Treaty before the end of the year. His Majesty met guests from investors and global government representatives to businesses and environmental organizations representing various industries, including finance, travel, and retail. Queen Camilla was absent from the event, opting to remain at home. Earlier in the week, she announced that she had pulled out of all royal engagements, as she battled a chest infection. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson said, "Her Majesty the Queen is currently unwell with a chest infection, for which her doctors have advised a short period of rest. With great regret, Her Majesty has therefore had to withdraw from her engagements for this week, but she very much hopes to be recovered in time to attend this weekend's remembrance events as normal. She apologizes to all those who may be inconvenienced or disappointed as a result." The Queen will miss the field of remembrance tomorrow. However, she is hoping to be able to attend remembrance events scheduled for this weekend. Camilla is expected to join her husband in hosting the film and TV charity reception next Wednesday to celebrate the charity's 100th anniversary. In addition, the King and Queen will attend the royal film performance of Gladiator II, in aid of the charity. King Charles' explanation for not allowing Meghan Markle to travel to Balmoral on day of Queen's death. King Charles decided not to allow Meghan Markle to travel to Balmoral on the day of the late Queen's death, and it seems Princess Kate helped placate the awkward situation. According to royal author Rob Jobson, Charles told his second son Harry on the phone that Meghan should remain in London rather than accompany him to Scotland. Prince Harry had decided to travel separately from his brother and the other senior royal family members, Jobson wrote. He took a private jet to Scotland, not getting there until just before 8 p.m. Close sources said he had elected not to fly with his brother and uncles after a disagreement over Meghan not being allowed to join him. It emerged that when he insisted that his wife accompany him to Balmoral during a phone call with his father, Charles told him she could not come. Indeed, Harry himself recalled his father's phone call in his tell-all memoir Spare, writing, "He said I was welcome at Balmoral, but he didn't want her." He started to lay out his reason, which was nonsensical and disrespectful, and I wasn't having it. Harry said he retorted firmly to his father's comments about Meghan, saying, "Don't ever speak about my wife that way," he stammered, apologetic, saying he simply didn't want a lot of people around. No other wives were coming, Kate wasn't coming, he said, therefore Meg shouldn't. Then that's all you needed to say. Princess Kate had already decided not to travel to Scotland with Prince William. He instead flew to Balmoral with his uncles Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, and Duchess Sophie. Kate's absence came as a surprise. She had forged a strong relationship with the Queen, and it was initially speculated that Charles might have played a part in her decision to stay at home. Not so, according to royal author Robert Hardman, who examined the final days of the Queen's life in his book, Charles III, New King, New Court. The Inside Story. He revealed that Kate herself made the difficult decision to stay at home to be with her three children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The royal youngsters had their first day at their new school, Lambrook, on September 8, and Kate thought it was important for her to be there to support them. The Queen peacefully passed away at 15:10 on the 8th of September. Of her family members, only Charles, Camilla and Princess Anne were able to see her before she died. Fortuitously, the siblings were both already in Scotland, having carried out events in the country earlier in the week. But only Anne was present when their mother slipped away. Charles had briefly stepped away from her bedside to clear his head and had gone out to gather mushrooms. He received the news that she had died as he was driving back to Balmoral, when his most senior aide took a call. Charles pulled over and was addressed for the first time as Your Majesty, signaling he was now king. Buckingham Palace had announced at 12:50 p.m. that Prince William, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward and Sophie had started to make their way to Scotland. Sadly, they were not in time. They landed at 3:50 p.m., 40 minutes after her death. With William at the wheel, they drove to Balmoral, arriving at 5:06 p.m. Prince Harry, meanwhile, left Luton Airport on board a private jet at about 5:30 p.m. He was still in the air when the announcement of the Queen's death was made at 6:30 p.m. King Charles cuts off Prince Andrew, as he snatches £1 million allowance in bitter feud. King Charles has cut off Prince Andrew's allowance, it has been reported. Prince Andrew has officially been financially cut off by his brother King Charles, it has been reported. Discussing a new low in relations between the brothers, author Robert Hardman has revealed that the king has acted decisively despite Andrew's attempts to call his bluff, in an updated biography by the acclaimed royal writer, which has been serialized by the Daily Mail. Mr. Hardman reveals that the king had recently advised the Keeper of the Privy Purse, who is the monarchy's finance director, to cut off his brother's annual personal allowance. This is believed to amount to around £1 million per year. A source has said, the Duke is no longer a financial burden on the king. News that the king has cut off his younger brother appears to suggest that the ball is now firmly back in Andrew's court, according to the publication. King Charles has also been long rumoured to want his brother to move out of Royal Lodge, his home which he shares with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Well-placed sources have also claimed that the late Queen, who has long been accused of being reluctant in taking action when it come to the scandal surrounding her rumoured favourite son, would have forced Andrew out of Royal Lodge if she had lived for another year. They added that the late monarch would have made him downsize from the 30-room property and move into the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's former UK home, Frogmore Cottage. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.